In 2021, the offender register confirmed that a violent bully, Joshua Moody, who denied shaking a newborn infant boy so violently that he caused him catastrophic injuries, has been incarcerated. Leeds Crown Court was informed that Joshua Moody spent over 3 years denying that he was responsible for the violent assaults on the 7-week-old child, which resulted in permanent brain injury and necessitated round-the-clock care. The 25-year-old ultimately confessed to 2 counts of causing grievous bodily harm without intent. However, Judge Penelope Belcher stated that he could have spared the youngster's family years of heartache if he had had the guts to acknowledge his actions. Moody's case was heard on May 17, but a court order was implemented to prevent the complete facts of the case from being reported. In the summer of 2017, the prosecutor, Craig Hassall, informed the court that an ambulance was dispatched to an address in Wakefield late at night after the tot, who remains anonymous for legal reasons, became unresponsive. He subsequently ceased breathing, prompting Moody and other adults present on the property to administer cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, until the paramedics arrived. He was transported to Pinderfields and subsequently transferred to the pediatric intensive care unit at LGI after it was discovered that he had experienced a cardiac arrest. He was discovered to have sustained numerous injuries, including hemorrhaging in various regions of his body, such as his spine and the area behind both eyes. He was also discovered to have 6 fractured ribs, one of which was in the process of healing, indicating that it had been damaged during a previous assault. Additionally, he sustained a fractured tibia. Mr. Hassall stated that medical experts had unanimously concluded that the sole credible explanation was life-threatening child abuse, despite Moody's initial denials. He also noted that a significant number of the injuries had been sustained immediately before the baby's cardiac arrest that night, which is consistent with being vigorously shaken. It was not anticipated that he would survive, and his family was advised to anticipate the worst. However, he gradually improved over the course of several weeks and was ultimately able to breathe independently, even though he sustained grievous injuries. He is unable to speak, is immobile, suffers from epilepsy, and has cerebral palsy. Consequently, he will probably require continuous care for the remainder of his life. Additionally, his vision and hearing are impaired. Moody, who resides in Thornley Drive, Wakefield, was subsequently charged with GBH with purpose and was scheduled to appear in court. However, he pleaded guilty to GBH without intent earlier this year, a plea that the Crown Prosecution Service accepted. The court was informed that Moody's persistent efforts to absolve himself of responsibility resulted in the finger of suspicion being pointed at the baby's mother, which led to her arrest and the arrest of her own mother. The baby's mother, who is also unable to be identified for legal reasons, referred to it as a nightmare journey that lasted for nearly 4 years. She stated, "We were all under suspicion as a family. Josh maintained his innocence throughout. He was suggesting that I was accountable for the events that transpired by maintaining his innocence. The reality is that Josh could have avoided this by acknowledging his fault on any number of occasions. Josh's actions are both inexcusable and awful. He was incarcerated for 3 years and 9 months by Judge Belcher.